We hope and pray that we will be able to meet next year. But it's been perhaps the most challenging time of everybody's life, yours, mine, and everybody. And our thoughts particularly go out to those children and those families and those teachers who have lost near and dear ones over the last year and a half due to the pandemic. And then there have also been so many people who have lost jobs and their livelihood and have had to stay at home. And then there is the issue of people's physical health. I myself have put on, you can't see it maybe, or you can, huge number of kilos because I haven't been able to do the normal exercise. And all of us have been going through mental health situation where we are sometimes really feeling down and depressed. So if you're feeling like that off and on, everybody's feeling like that around the world. Anyway, we've got to go on with life, and you will hear many wonderful stories today, as well as on the 30th, that is the 30th of October at 10:30 a.m. Don't forget that date, the 30th of October. That is the second day. It's a two-day event. So today is the first event. On the 30th of October at 10:30, you can log in to the Telegraph Education Foundation YouTube channel to see it live, the ceremony. And you can also watch it live on the Telegraph Education Foundation Facebook page, as well as the TTIS Facebook page. The numbers are really going up. It's gone up by 150 since I began. We're very, very grateful to our presenting sponsor, IIHM, one of the world's best hotel schools. Thank you very, very much, IIHM, for standing by us all these years and putting the student before anything else. We're very grateful to you. Thank you very much. In association with Bhawanipur Education Society College, a very big thank you to you. And our school admission partner, admissiontree.co. And our category sponsors, we like to call them friends and partners and not really sponsors. Some of them have been with us right from day one. You know, so it's really because of them that we can keep going on from year to year. Ambuja Neotia, APJ, Caring Minds, Balrampur Chini Mills, Madanlal Dhandhania Charitable Trust, Kalyan Bharti Chini Mills, Madanlal, I beg your pardon, Tutopia, a new friend of ours. Tutopia, welcome, thank you very much. And MCKV Charity Trust, who are celebrating 25 years. Thank you very much. And of course, IIHM and Bhawanipur Education Society on from year to year. MCKV, we want to especially thank you. It's their 25th year. It's a wonderful school across the river. I've been there several times. And they have instituted 25 new scholarships. Thank you very much. The 25th. And MCKV Charity Trust. It's up to us to do whatever we can. Very much. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward in each of them from year to year. And Ambuja, MCKV, we want to especially thank you. It's their Balrampur Chini Mills, wonderful school, Madanlal Charitable Trust, several times. Kalyan Bharti Chini Mills, they have instituted 25 new scholarships. Thank you very much. And MCKV Charity Trust. It's up to us to do whatever we can. Thank you very much. So we have families coming forward, teachers and it's really because of them that we can keep going on from year to year. And Ambuja, MCKV, we want to especially thank you. It's their Balrampur Chini Mills, wonderful school, Madanlal Charitable Trust, several times. Kalyan Bharti Chini Mills, they have instituted 25 new scholarships. Thank you very much. And MCKV Charity Trust. It's up to us to do whatever we can. Thank you very much. So we have families coming forward, teachers and it's really coming forward. It keeps going on from year to year. And MCKV, we want to especially thank you. It's their 25th year. It's a wonderful school, Madanlal. I've been there several times. And they have instituted 25 new scholarships. Thank you very much. The 25th. And MCKV Charity Trust. It's up to us to do whatever we can. Thank you very much. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward in each of them from year to year. And with MCKV, we want to especially thank you. It's their 25th year. It's a wonderful school, Madanlal I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much.
The 25th.
And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
Tutopia, MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
Tutopia, MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools coming forward, teachers coming forward. And
MCKB was very nice. Balrampur School, Madanla.
I've been there several times, and they have instituted 25 youth scholarships.
Thank you very much. And MCKB Charity Trust.
It's up to us to do whatever we can. So we have families coming forward, teachers and schools
खिलावे
Good morning and a very warm welcome to each one of you to this, the 26th edition of the Telegraph School Awards to each one of you on behalf of the chairman and the trustees of the Telegraph Education Foundation and the assessment panel and the scholarship panel who decide who the winners should be and who the recipients of the scholarship should be. I extend a very warm welcome to all school principals, vice principals, teachers, parents, well-wishers, and angels who have been with us, holding our hands and helping us hold other people's hands. And of course, the people who have stood behind us, the people who have stood with us. We don't call them sponsors, we call them partners in this little movement and collaboration. A very warm welcome to all of you. And most importantly, to those of you who are sitting at home, who are in school still. This event is very specially for you. My name is Barry O'Brien, and I've been honored and privileged to be associated with this event right from day one. It was a simple, small seed of an idea, and fortunately for us, we're still going strong. It's almost half my life, actually, and those of you who saw me 26 years ago would think I'm a different person, looking very different, and I never ever imagined that I would be sitting at home and doing this. Last year, and then again this year, and hopefully we pray that next year we will all be back together and meeting in person. Well, to warmly welcome you and to speak to you about the Telegraph Education Foundation, it is my proud privilege to welcome Mr. Amitav Adotto, the chairman of the Telegraph Education Foundation, to speak to us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my young friends. Welcome to the 26th edition of the Telegraph School Awards. The last 2 years has been very difficult for all of us. However, in spite of the problems that all of you have faced, the schools from across West Bengal have participated wholeheartedly in the Telegraph School Awards, not only by sending more entries, but also in helping us to identify children who needed support during these trying times. As a result, we had the largest number of entries from schools and also a substantial increase in the applications for scholarships from across the state. We were therefore able to process and disburse scholarships of over 18 lakhs before the pujas, and we hope that we will be able to disburse by the end of the year more scholarships than ever before. I would like to take this opportunity on behalf of all the trustees and all of us at the Education Foundation to thank all our benefactors and supporters, which include corporate trusts, schools, school administrators, teachers, and individuals who have supported us generously so that we in turn could help the ones in need. I would particularly like to thank all the category sponsors, most of whom have been with us since inception, and we look forward to their support in the future. Special thanks to Dr. Subarnu Bose and the IIHM family, Mr. Meeraj Shah and the Bhawanipur Education Society for being with us. We look forward to their help and guidance. We also thank our new sponsor, Tutopia. We look forward to support from all of them in the future. Thanking you once again for being with us today from wherever you are. Stay healthy, stay safe, till we meet next year, hopefully in a physical mode. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Datta. And well, wherever you are, he said, well, he is not in India, he's overseas. So it does have its advantages, some advantages. I'm at home, you are at home, and he is overseas. Thank you very much. We want to thank all our partners, IIHM, Bhawanipur Education Society College, admissiontree.com, Ambuja Neotia Group, APJ Surindra Group, Caring Minds, Balaram Chini Mills, Madan Lal Dhandhania Charitable Trust, Denise O'Brien and Heritage, Kalyan Bharati Trust, Tutopia, welcome to our family. The MCKV Charity Trust, welcome to our family this year. Thanks to all those individuals who have come forward over the years and are still continuing to contribute and make it possible for us to reach out to many, many students across the state in scholarships. Mr. Datta just told you 18 lakhs, plus we intend to spend very quickly 20 more lakhs. That should give us 38 lakhs. It's just a drop in the ocean, but every drop counts. Think about it. Why don't you come forward? We have principals, we have teachers, and many people coming forward to do their bit. And I'd like to thank those whose scholarships were given out, presented on the 26th. Professor Shukanta Chaudhary, Ms. Indrani Goswami, Mr. Raju Mukherjee, Mr. Shoktidas Roy, Dr. Professor Krishna Roy, Ms. Sunita Sen, Mrs. Indrani Sanyal, Mrs. Anjana Shaha, Dr. Geeto Sri Mukherjee, Mr. Oruna Vodeb, Ms. Keka Mitir, and Mrs. Urmila Dashgupta, and all the others whom we'll be talking about later. On the 26th, a few days ago, we had an online, once again, a virtual event where certificates of merit and certificates of honor and certificates of appreciation were presented to many, many schools. Congratulations, all of you. I'll quickly go through the past trustees. We need to thank them and remember them. Mr. Neil O'Brien, Dr. Shukanto Chaudhary, they were both former chairmen. Dr. Rudrangshu Mukherjee, who was very much a part of the Telegraph Education Foundation right from the beginning. Dr. Uma Dashgupta also, Dr. Partho Ghosh, Ms. Shujata Sen, Mr. Raju Mukherjee, Mr. Naresh Kumar, Mr. Roshan Joseph, Ms. Vimla Subaya, General Retired Shankur Rai Chaudhary, and Mr. Obijit Deb. Thank you very much. We remember you very fondly. The trustees as of today are Mr. Amitav Datta, Chairman, Mr. Dhruva Mukherjee, Mr. R. Raja Gopal, Mr. Uruna Vodeb, and myself. Thank you for all your support, everybody. But the difficult job is done by the Scholarships and Awards Committee, chaired by Dr. Shukanta Chaudhary, Dr. Uma Dashgupta, Dr. Partho Ghosh, Ms. Sujata Sen, Mr. Raju Mukherjee, Mr. Amitav Datta, and myself. We have a really part of all this, the reason for going so grey is trying to figure out who deserves it more, because everybody seems to deserve many, many awards and certificates. Congratulations to all of you. We thank the Scholarships and Awards Committee. And if we have missed out your name or inadvertently not called out your name that day, our apologies. For instance, we apologize to Douglas Memorial Higher Secondary School. We have rectified, we have put you in the wrong category. So congratulations to you. I needed to apologize. Friends, we are about to begin, and every year we have a theme. This year we've kept it really simple because we want to complete the award ceremony, since it's online, in 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I don't deserve lunches because I've just been putting on more and more weight, but I'm going to get a couple of lunches if I finish it in 1 hour and 20 minutes. The theme is very simple. The theme is that I've kept it something very simple. These are obviously the most difficult and challenging times that most of us, or all of us, have ever lived in. I want to dedicate today's event to the warriors, the COVID warriors, the doctors, the nurses, the healthcare workers, ambulance drivers, attendants, administrative staff. All of them, many of them succumbed. Many of their families caught the virus because of them. We want to remember them in our thoughts and prayers. We want to salute them, we want to congratulate them, and we want to show our deep gratitude. I also want to dedicate this to the educators, teachers, principals, and the parents of children who passed away in the last year and a half. And very especially to 4 very special friends of the Telegraph Education Foundation, my personal friends, and a huge loss to the education fraternity in Calcutta and West Bengal. Mr. S.M. Zaki, Assembly of Angels School founder, he never missed it. We really miss you, sir. We're sure you're praying for us. Mr. P.B. Dasani, Johnny, sir, of Chorangi High School, Sutter Street. Johnny, brother, you left us too early. We dedicate today's program to you and your incredible efforts. Mr. Nabarun De, another dear friend of mine. It's a huge loss for the fraternity because he was playing a key role in the council for the Indian School Certificate Examinations. Mr. Nabarun De of Central Modern School. Miss you, Nabarun, and we are sure that you are watching over us. And a dear young friend, a very young person, Shujata Ghatak, who was the principal of Techno School. Shujata, we miss you. The 4 of them and all the other teachers and principals, we just remember them in just a few seconds of silence and prayer. Thank you very much. There's good news about them also. The good news is that the next generation is continuing their work. The Zaki family, Assembly of Angels, the Dasani family of Chorangi, the Nabarun De, Chittujit De's family, their children and his wife, they are continuing the good work. They have not stopped. In fact, they are actually trying to, sort of be more involved in reaching out to society. That's absolutely wonderful, drawing inspiration and motivation from the dear person they've lost. Well, today it's very, very simple. One of the problems today is that we can't touch each other. We can't shake hands. We can't do a little ador. And I remember all the time, teachers, when we were little, saying, come, give ma'am a huggy, or my parents telling us or some close relative saying, give us a huggy. Well, you can't give huggies anymore, physical hugs. So people have started giving virtual hugs. It's good. Physical hugs, virtual hugs. But I am requesting you from today onwards to give an action hug. An action hug is H-U-G. An action hug to yourself and an action hug to others. So whenever you want to talk to a person, you're going to think of a person, just, sort of say, okay, this is a hug for myself and this is a hug for somebody else. The H in the hug stands for, according to me, hope. The day we lose hope, we've lost everything. So even when they were down deep in the Chasnala tragedy, when there was nothing, they asked the people who survived, the miners, what kept you alive? And they said, hope. So hope for yourself and hope for others. The U is for understanding. Please be understanding with yourself. Be patient with yourself. It's easier said than done. We're very impatient with ourselves nowadays, and it's causing all of us mental health issues. Every single person in the world, I think. So we need to be more understanding and with ourselves and of ourselves, as well as understanding and empathetic towards others. You can't go on through life after what we've experienced, especially in the last 2 years, without being understanding and patient. And finally, G is generosity. You can't take it with you, friends. Whether you go to the Shashank Ghat or the burial or the cemetery, you can't take anything with you. So those of us who are privileged enough, blessed enough, let's be generous with our time, generous with the way we approach life, and generous with our money. And we're so happy to tell you that there are many action hugs going around. So let's keep talking about this action hug throughout today's event, right? Let's begin then by telling you about the School Awards for Excellence, the categories, and there are many categories, as you know, I hope I've covered everything and thanked everybody. The response has been super, as you've just heard, many schools coming forward. We begin with the Caring Mind Award for a school that cares. Well, thank you very much, Ms. Minu Budhia, a psychotherapist and a counselor, the founder director of Caring Minds. It's a super specialty mental health clinic. She's also the founder director at I Can Fly, an institute of special needs, and the founder of Cafe I Can Fly, a cafe with a cause, and a director at Patton Group. The Budhia family and the Patton Group have been with us right from day one. We're very grateful to them. And of course, you know that you should be knowing, I think you know, Kolkata's first super specialty mental health facility. That's what Caring Minds is. Well, we are going to be honoring a school that cares. We're going to be featuring, in fact, 2 schools. The first school that we'll be honoring in this category is 107 years old. That's a long time, 107 years. Well, this is a very special school, called Shodhpur High School in Purbo Bardhaman. Now, their students, they are very good at making models of mud and bamboo and wood and pitchboard, as you can see their school over there, and this is their work. But unfortunately, all their work was not being well looked after. So the teachers have got together, and these children who are mostly come from around the neighboring villages, and their parents are, their fathers are artisans, and they are really skilled. So they've started the Jamini Roy Shangroshala. Basically, it's an archive where everything is looked after and exhibited and even sold after that. This is an absolutely amazing effort by people who are encouraging these artisans, trying to provide a livelihood. And the greatest gift you can give somebody, I think, is the gift of dignity. So they're doing an excellent job. In your hearts and minds, please put your hands together for this amazing school, Shodhpur High School, Purbo Bardhaman. Then we also want to recognize another school, and we remember very fondly Sister Cyril, who started it all. She was a Paddo Sri. And this is an incredible school, Loreto Day School, Shiala. Now, they have 962 students, and as many as 40%, no more than 40%, sorry, the other way around, 40% is, only 40% are paying full fees. Only 40%. And 50 to 75% of their students pay reduced fees. So they're all sponsored. We thank the Loreto Day School, Shialda, for continuing their work with 128 children. These children have nowhere to go. So they live and they study and they cook for themselves, and everything is done on their own. The school has also provided dry ration and toiletries to all the families of the rainbow children that you see over here. Many of them live on platforms and on the pavement. They also have a village outreach program where the students go out with their teachers to the villages to teach every Thursday. And the Shialda project, station project, where they have 26, basically it's been going on for 26 years, and they go there once a week to interact with the children on the Shialda station platform. Dry rations have been provided over here through the last year and a half to 223 students and their families. And it's quite incredible that they have lost no children in spite of all this. They have not let a single child go who's not been able to pay fees, etc. Wonderful example. We thank all the schools who have done something like this. In challenging times, if this is the moment when you've asked a child to leave, without going into the background of that child's parents being affected, greatly affected monetarily by the lockdown, it's really sad. But in any case, there are also wonderful schools like yours and Loreto Day School, Shialda. So we congratulate all of them for giving what I would call action hugs. Shodhpur High School, Purbo Bardhaman, and Loreto Day School, Shialda. Congratulations, we salute you. Thank you very much, Caring Minds, and thank you, the Budhia family. And thank you, Minu Budhia. Man. We get on to now a very special part of the event, and that is an endowment, Shomak Datto Endowment. Now, Shomak Datto's
this young man champion, his name was Rivu. Now, I met him, fortunately, several times. And Rivu, he was born in 1995, and very soon he developed, by the age of 5, Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And unfortunately, at the young age of 19 in 2015, he passed away. Well, his parents, of course, they are grieving still, but they decided to use all the money that they had saved for his further studies and his life, as it were. And they have got an elder son who's a doctor in Ireland. They decided to use, and they contributed 5 lakhs of rupees, and they want to contribute more and more to the Telegraph Education Foundation. So every year we use this Shomak Datta endowment to keep the spirit of this young champion alive, who received the Courage Award in the Telegraph School Awards for Excellence twice, as well, he was a real live wire. He was a sports statistician, he's a historian, he's a musician. Basically, he lived life 19 years to the full. So this money is being used for a good cause. This year, we will be sending funds across to 3 institutions. 2 of them, in fact, all 3 of them are community-based, and 2 of them are very, very new. So I was talking about HUG. First, you need to bring hope. So there we have Mom Sundarban Self-Help Group, who they will be providing them with 2 motorized sewing machines from this endowment of the Telegraph Education Foundation. Now, what have they done? The students and ex-students of Konaknagar SD Institution, Hingolganj, which is in the Sundarbans, basically when the pandemic happened and when the lockdown happened, they didn't sort of say, what can we do? We don't know where to start. They actually developed the self-help group, and they began vocational training for tailoring for the people of that area, for the children, for their mothers, etc. And today they are very successfully producing reusable multi-purpose bags of cloth, canvas, jute, jeans. Now they've started making salwar kameezes also. You can see it over there happening. All this has happened in the last 8 or 9 months. Absolutely incredible. They call themselves MOM, M-O-M, Mom Sundarban Self-Help Group. This is something absolutely incredible. They're in the Sundarbans. So we congratulate them. We will be standing by them, and we will be sending them an amount. And if any one of you want to be in touch with any one of these special people, or you want to send funds across, do be in touch, do get in touch with us. It's very easily done, because every drop counts. We are also honoring today, and we'll be sending some funds from the Telegraph Education Foundation, from the Shomak Datta Endowment, to Rokeya Shikha Kendro. Now, this is not in the Sundarban, this is right here where we live. And in January 2021, that's really recently, they started it and called it Humans of Patuli. Now, you know where Patuli is, those of you who are Kolkata based. Basically, people got together and said, let's get our act together. Because Helen Keller once said, alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. So they got together. They are doctors, engineers, ordinary people like you and me, homemakers, teachers, and they've started a tuition center. They don't like calling it a tuition center. They call it like a community tuition center, where they charge 50 rupees for the month. That's it for students up to class 8, and 100 rupees a month for students from 9 upwards. They just take that small amount just to make them feel that they are, they're part of the, part of the ownership, as it were. And incredible, 30 volunteer teachers are teaching 100 children from the slum areas over there. Absolutely incredible. From Briji, Patuli, Kendua, Vaishnav Ghata, and those areas. They're all children who live in the slums. So whether it's, masks or music or studies or tuition, and all with volunteers, 30 volunteers. They want to make it a sustainable model for a community, and it's something quite incredible. Friends, the best part, I think, of the Telegraph Education Foundation of the School Awards, I think, is the fact that you can get an idea and just give it a day and then go for it. Put the cart before the horse. It's impossible to put everything in place and then move. I think that's a crazy idea. It's much better if you're clear that you want to do something, start, let the journey begin, and things will fall into place. The third institution is Shudhu Sundarban Chorcha. Shudhu Sundarban Chorcha has been working for 12 years, and they are providing educational support in 4 remote areas of the Sundarbans. They now reach out to 5,000 students in 35 primary, secondary, and higher secondary schools. And they deliver learning materials, books, uniforms, etc., worth 20 lakhs of rupees through individual donors and others. They organize exhibitions, workshops. They even have contests for the children of that area. And their latest program, or the latest initiative, is to distribute solar lights to the families of school children in the remotest areas of Sundarbans. Shudhu Sundarban Chorcha. আমি শুধু বলছি আপনাদের কি শুধু চর্চা করে লাভ নেই, ওনারা যেটা করছেন ওদের শুধু চর্চা না, ওদের they are going and actually providing it in actions. So let's have an action hug, and these people are spreading action hugs. God bless each one of them, and thank you very much, Shomuk Datta's family, parents, and brother. Thank you very much. We move on to the Anand Paul Memorial Award for Social Service. We thank the APJ Surindra Group and Mrs. Shireen Paul. She is the chairperson. They've been with us right from day one and giving us the, supporting us in 2 awards. They're dear old friends of mine from my school days, Preeti, Priya, Karan. Unfortunately, their youngest brother Anand passed away when he was 21 years old, died in an accident in Delhi. And tragically, those of you who remember, Surindra Paul ji was unfortunately not, I mean, he was sort of tragically killed many, many years ago. The Paul family have stood beside us, and we thank them, the chairperson of the Paul Foundation, as well as the APJ schools. They're doing a wonderful job over there, and they now have the Anand Paul Education Support Program. So thank you very much, Auntie Shireen and the Paul family, like my siblings. So thank you. And we move on to, now in this category, many schools have done an excellent job, because this year, particularly the last year and a half, schools have actually transformed classrooms into hospital rooms and opened the doors and windows of their school and opened the doors and windows of their hearts. They've allowed the government and others to come in and make it testing centers, because you can't take it with you. So we've got to use it for society. So I congratulate and salute all those schools. We've picked out 2 schools, and we congratulate them, joint winners of the Anand Paul Memorial Award for Social Service. The Delhi Public School DPS Mega City, doing incredible work. The Calcutta Anti-COVID Belt was founded by the DPS school students. They now have 7 organizational partners and more than 1,200 members. The beneficiaries are COVID patients and their families, located all over. They have reached out during the cyclone Yas, and they have done a lot of relief work. They've also, they are carrying on with they've not stopped it. And they were paying hospital bills for the underprivileged. They reached out to 50 patients to pay their bills. They have collected a donation drive for Amphan victims. And then they've got Project Ma, which distributes sanitizers, hygiene kits, blankets, clothes, food packets, umbrellas to 1,000 underprivileged widows in North Kolkata. Friends, and there's lots more, I can't read out all of it, but yes, it's important academics. Yes, it's important co-curriculum, the image of the school, but this is the core of education, to making sure our students have the sense of empathy. So congratulations, Delhi Public School Mega City. Joint winners, Don Bosco School Lilua. For 25 years, they've been carrying on an adult education program for underprivileged children above the girls above the age of 14. Remember, Don Bosco Lilua was a boys' school. Well done, the fathers, the management, and the teachers and the students. They also have a free medical unit where everything is free, consultation, the medicines. They also run a night school. That night school has been running since 1976. Absolutely incredible. Up to class 8, they have the night school, and then the children go on to NIOS 10th and 12th for the class 10 and class 12. They have an NIOS, which is doing really well. They are completing household, basically the roof tiles of people's houses, as well as putting up pakka roofs. And they are buying ceiling fans, lights, bulbs, and providing even electrical connections. And they built a septic tank and bathrooms in slum areas. They have a food for all program for their 600 night school children every working day. So we salute Don Bosco Lilua and the spirit of Don Bosco Lilua. Congratulations. Please keep it up, and more power to Delhi Public School Megacity and Don Bosco School Lilua. Thank you, the Paul family and the APJ Surendra Group. We now move on to the scholarships, and the scholarships we have, well, very, very important for me to tell you this, that we've got to thank many of our angels, people who put us in touch with these incredible young heroes. But we want to especially thank this time our angel, Manoj Kumar Rai, who is the District Probation and Aftercare Officer, Department of Correctional Administration, Probation Section in Hooghly. You'll come to know why we are thanking Manoj Kumar Rai. But for the last 3 years, he's been helping us, giving deserving scholarships to students whose parents, mostly fathers, are serving long terms or life terms in prison. So these children are really at a loss because it's for no fault of theirs. And sir, that is Manoj Kumar Rai, is helping us. Thank you very much. Well, we move on to the scholarships, and the first scholarship, which was started many years ago, was thanks to trustee and now on our scholarships and awards committee, Dr. Professor Uma Dashgupta. Thank you very much, Uma Di, in memory of her husband, the great historian, Oshin Dashgupta, the Dr. Oshin Dashgupta Memorial Scholarship. It's going to be presented to a very special person. You know the old cliched saying, when it rains, it pours? Well, for Shunanda Bera of class 10 of Narayanbar High School, Shabang, Paschim Mednipur, it rains and floods every year, sometimes more than once a year. But there's also another cliched old song which says, the sun will come out tomorrow, so you better hang on till tomorrow. So when it rains, it pours. But if you're Shunanda Bera, then you look forward, like Annie, to tomorrow, because the sun will come out. Well, her father was a daily wage earner, and when she was in class 6, she was diagnosed with cancer. So you're talking about viruses. Well, unfortunately for her, the virus of poverty, the virus of illness, and the virus of misfortune with the floods. The family really has lost everything trying to get her treated. And in spite of all this, friends, she scored 87.5% in the Madhyamik Parikha. Just imagine that. So the sun has come out, and the sun will come out tomorrow if we draw inspiration and motivation from Shunanda. Thank you very much, Umadi, and congratulations to this incredible young lady. We move on to the MCKV Charity Trust Scholarship. Now, the MCKV Charity Trust, they have this, they are in its 25th year. They run this very, very good school across the river, the MC Kejriwal Vidyapit, and they're doing very well. In the 25th year, they have come forward and they have initiated with us 25 scholarships. That's the way to leave a footprint. You've got to leave a footprint, whether you're a trust or an organization or a person. That's how they want to leave their footprint. They're also doing some very meaningful social work in Howrah and the Lilua area, as well as the tribal children in Madhupur and Girid in Jharkhand. So thank you very much, MCKV Charity Trust. Young boys and girls sitting at home, next time you're fussy about your food, Mama, I don't want to eat this. আরে একই জিনিস আমার খেতে হবে, আবার সবজিগুলো খেতে হবে। Next time you're fussy about it, think about Rukhsana Khatun. Rukhsana lives in the last habitable island of the Sundarbans, in Moshini Deep. Her family's thatched hut right on the banks of a river, right? The river Bhanga. It was destroyed not once, not twice, but 3 times by the cyclones Bulbul, Yas, and Amphan. When it rains, it pours. But Rukhsana and her brother, now their father, very unfortunately, because of what he had done as a person who was harming society, he is unfortunately in prison, and they are basically, they are trying to sort of, in fact, her father is also very hopeful, and he's out now with them, and they call him, basically we want to describe, he's a pirate, okay? But I forgot to tell you that all these people have given us permission to share their stories with you. They share their stories with you after we sharing it with you after they've given us permission. Well, she, unfortunately, they've lost everything, and her father is, in this mode, but she and her brother are doing their best to reform their father. You heard about parents and teachers trying to reform children. Well, here are children doing a pretty good job of reforming their father, who is now seeing life in a different way. And unfortunately, they have to spend 3,000 rupees a month because she's suffering from, she's a daily wage laborer, and he's a daily wage laborer, I beg your pardon, and she dreams to be a doctor. And because she is suffering from an ailment, they spend 3,000 rupees a month. But in spite of that, she's studying hard with her brother. And congratulations, Rukhsana Khatun. We're so proud of you. Chaliye jao, amra tomar pashe darabo ar shudhu ajke na paravorti kaleo. We now move on to the Nabarun Dev Inspiring Excellence Scholarship. Nabarun Dev, let's call him a role model, husband, father, son. He was an engineer, actually, who took over the school after his father died. And Nabarun was playing a key role in the Council for the Indian School Certificate Examinations. Unfortunately, passed away, and we really miss him. But the good news is his wife and children are taking his legacy forward. So the Nabarun Day Inspiring Excellence Scholarship. It's going to be presented to Shibraj Bhagwar of class 10 of Mal St. Bartholomew's High School in Jalpaiguri. Now, Shivraj is in class 10, his brother is in class 8, Dev, and their mother works at the Raja Tea Estate as a daily laborer. The father is bedridden with TB, and Shivraj and his, now friends, why do you go to the zoo? You go to the zoo to see animals and get excited about it. Leopards and elephants. Well, these two brothers, they don't have to go to the zoo. In the couple of kilometers they walk to school and back, they have to go through a jungle, dense jungle and forest, which has many elephants and leopards, not in a cage, not controlled by the zoo authorities. They have to risk their lives, and they go every day to school because they both want to be graduates. And I'm sure they will become graduates as we give them the scholarships. That is the Nabarun Day Inspiring Excellence Scholarship is going to be given to Shibraj, and his brother Dev will receive a Telegraph Education Foundation scholarship. Absolutely incredible. So think about these people, young people, and be inspired and motivated. Of course, you're blessed. It's good that you're blessed. That's fine. We're all blessed. But we have to realize that there are a lot of other peoples who are not so blessed. As we move on now to the Chittajit Day. Chittajit Day, sir, was the father of Nabarun Day, a really dynamic educationist who started the Central Modern School in Baranagar. We remember sir very fondly. His scholarship will be presented to Anup Pramanik of the Shabang Sharadamoi High School, Paschim Mednipur. The next time you're fussy, as I was saying, about food, this is another story that you need to remember. Unfortunately, they can only have about 5 or 6 days they can have rice. The rest of the days they have to go picking mushrooms, wild berries. And friends, they've even had to sometimes kill rats to ensure that they have a meal on the table. Absolutely incredible. And in spite of fighting this, and the father is a daily wage earner, not earning anything now during the pandemic. Well, Anup went on to score. Nobody in his family and nobody in the village have passed the Madhyamik. Well, Anup has passed it with 67.29, absolutely incredible. And he receives the Chittajitte Memorial Scholarship. Anup Pramanik, excellent. There, his father and mother. And it's quite incredible how people can, I mean, fact is actually, if you don't believe that facts are stranger than fiction, well, here's the proof. We move on to the Sonika Chauhan Award for Courage. We thank Vijay and Sharon Singh for their generous contribution, and we very fondly remember our darling Sonika Simon Singh Chauhan, really going places as a model, as an actress, as a TV host, always smiling, touching people's lives. And thank you very much, Vijay and Sharon. It's been 4 years, and well, the grief is there, but thank you for reaching out. This scholarship, which is the Sonika Chauhan Award for Courage and the Sonika Chauhan 27 Foundation Scholarship, is presented to a girl. They say that, you know, from the Bible, the child is the father of man, or you can say now children are the father or the parents of their parents. Well, here it is. She's a student of class 11 of the BSS school. Her mother deserted her and her father and the siblings when she was 15 years old. In fact, unfortunately, the mother not only deserted them, which actually left them without any funds, and even there was a property issue. Now, and the father ran into a debt and really was affected. His mental health was affected. Well, Moshammad Zahareen has come forward and taken charge of the family. She is motivating her siblings, her brothers. They have formed like a ring around their father, protecting him, standing by him. She's providing private tuitions. She's a very good skater. So she started training people in skating, roller skating to earn a living. And she has become the mother of her siblings and the parent to her parent, the father. Absolutely incredible, this young girl. Moshammad Zahareen, we will stand by you. This is a good scholarship that you're getting, but we're sure that you will need more. So we're so proud and privileged to know you. And thank you very much, the BSS school, for standing by her. All the best to you. As we move on to the Surendra Paul Memorial Award for Courage. Once again, thank you to the APJ Surendra Group and the Paul family. And this is a very special award, as everybody knows, the Surendra Paul Memorial Award for Courage. Friends, you know, I can't get over it how people don't speak to their neighbors for years. বছরের পর বছর না পাশের বাড়ির লোকের সঙ্গে আমি কথা বলছি না, ওরা এই করেছে ওই করেছে, and they go for each other, you know. Fortunately, when it comes, troubled times come, they stand by each other. Sometimes they don't, they close their door. But listen to this, the story of this young man and his neighbor, Cadet Amit Raj. He was on a holiday in his home in Jharkhand, in Bihar. And at 6:30 in the morning, on the 3rd of December, a fire broke out due to a leakage of the gas in the neighboring house. He's a student of Sainik School, Purulia. And this incredible young man who's already thought, I think he was already in the armed forces, and that's how they are brought up in the Sainik School. Excellent. He actually went in over there. Nobody was going in this village in Bihar where this fire happened. And he saved Yuvraj Kumar and Rupali Kumar. They were 15 and 13 years old. And then he went back again to save some more children. After successfully saving these children, he went back again to search to see if there were more survivors whom he needed to help. Unfortunately, he suffered some sort of devastating burns, and he struggled for 10 days and finally passed away on the 13th of December. We salute Cadet Amit Raj. We can't give him one of the Chakra Awards, but really, for us, this is the Chakra that he deserves, and we congratulate his parents for sending us all the information about this. And thank you, Sainik School, Purulia. We move on to Omitayu Sen of the APJ School, Salt Lake. Now, Omitayu, you're such a hero, because when we get a little headache or we get a little, sort of a little something pain in the toe, we're always making excuses. Imagine having a shunt when from your time you're a little baby. Imagine having a shunt, which is like a sort of a plastic tube which is there in your brain, which takes out the excess fluid. Well, as a result, from the age of 21, when he was 21 days old, he's been a victim of neonatal meningitis, brain infection, and hydrocephalus and convulsions all the time. Well, this was installed in his head, and he was 80 days after being born in the hospital, and he's regularly treated for neurological, orthopedic, and his speech, motor functioning, his eyes, everything is affected. And unfortunately, there's nothing Dr. Moore can do about that, but it doesn't stop him. He participates in every elocution contest, he plays the synthesizer, and he's always receiving prizes and being encouraged by everybody in APJ School Salt Lake. And he went on to score in the Class 12 examination, CBSE, 88.6%. Fantastic. Congratulations, Omitayu Sen. You are our inspiration. As we move on to Mona Lisa Gomes of the Loreto Day School, Shialda. Well, Mona Lisa lost her mother and her left arm in an accident when she was 2.5 years old, and she has no inhibitions, and she speaks about it. Her mother actually was attempting suicide for the two of them. Well, God saved young little Mona Lisa. She was 2.5. She lost her arm, but her mother died in the accident. Her maternal grandparents immediately took over because her father was, he had deserted the family. And it was up to the grandparents, especially her grandmother, Mrs. Cynthia Gomes, was doing a wonderful job. And over and above that, Mona Lisa had to have brain surgery to remove the pieces of stone chips and an amputation of her left arm after the accident. Anyway, she wants to become a teacher. And with her one hand, she makes chapatis, she knits, she knits sweaters, she sweeps, she swabs, she cooks, she washes her own clothes with her one hand. And friends, many of us and our children go on train journeys and say, chuk chuk gari, whoa, I'm so happy I'm going on a train. Well, the only fear that Mona Lisa has is going on a train, because that's where her mother took her when she was 2.5 years old. But this brave girl travels every day to school and back by train. So Mona Lisa, you are, my hair standing actually, you are a real superhero. Congratulations, keep it up. You received the Dr. Anindo Kanti Majumdar Memorial Scholarship. Thank you very much, Mr. Chandan Majumdar. In memory of his father, he has instituted the scholarship. Thank you very much. We move on to the Ishika Shaw. Ishika Shaw gets the next scholarship from Loreto Day School, Shialda. Yep. And we need to move a little faster, I've been told, so I'm going to go a little faster because it's already, oh goodness me, 11:18. I'm going to lose my lunch. Ishika Shaw of the Loreto Day School, Shialda. Well, she lives with her sister, her mother, and a bedridden grandmother. And when we talk about home sweet home, well, her home, unfortunately, with her cancer-stricken father, who had a leg amputated and who died in 2017 at the age of 43. Well, she lives literally just near a public toilet. So most of the time they can't stay at home. They actually go and stay on the pavement. Well, in spite of this, she is a street champ. She has become a campaigner for the rights of street children, and she's been to the United Nations. Besides the national and the local level, she's been speaking. She represented India on the 1st of March, 2021 at the United Nations Parliament of the Human Rights Council. That's absolutely via the Consortium for Street Children. And she is creating an awareness about it. Look at her smile, look at her spirit, look at her courage. She's also working on she's training 1,000 boys and girls of the age group 12 to 18, basically creating awareness, HIV, sexual reproductive health issues, etc. Quite incredible. Ishika Shaw of the Loreto Day School, Shialda. She also receives the late Devaprasad Das Purkayasto Memorial Scholarship. Thank you very much, Mr. D.D. Purkayasto, the former CEO of ABP Private Limited. Thank you, sir. This is in memory of his father, and it's presented to Ishika Shaw. Richa Chaube of Guru Tegh Bahadur School, Durgapur, is our next very special person who needs to be, we need to salute her. Well, Richa's father walked away from her family because she was a girl child. Friends, it's quite incredible. Biologically, they say that there should be at least 950 girls for every 1,000 boys. That's called the child sex ratio. Nowadays, they call it the sex ratio at birth, SRB. 950 or thereabouts. Unfortunately, in India, in 2011, it was 906 girls being born for every 1,000 boys. And in 2018, it has come down to 899. We should hang our heads in shame. But anyway, that's the truth. Well, he deserted the family, and her mother was fighting it out with her. Unfortunately, in 2020, Richa lost her mother to COVID. She now, with a little help from her cousin, she's toiling every day, trying to make ends meet. But she passed the class 12 examination, the board examinations, 86%. Congratulations. She receives the Parvati Kailashpati Memorial Scholarship instituted by our friend, Mr. V. Ramaswamy, who was an engineer who turned a translator and literary critic. From day one, he has been giving us scholarships and increasing the number of scholarships. Thank you, Mr. Ramaswamy. And Richa, we salute you. We move on to the Bhawanipur Education Society College Honor for an Educationist. Absolutely incredible story. Thank you very much, the Bhawanipur Education Society College, and thank you, Mr. Miraj Shah, leaving his and their footprint very much here on the life of people in Calcutta and West Bengal. Well, you've heard about the Midas touch, but from today onwards, I'm going to call it the Mamoon touch, because Mamoon Akhtar's story is quite incredible. He went to a school in Howrah. He was an average student. Suddenly one day, when he was in class 7, the principal told him, don't come from tomorrow. Your father hasn't, you don't come from tomorrow. He goes home. He asks his father, what's the problem? Your father was a talented fabricator in an iron factory. And his father said, sorry, I couldn't pay your fees. Unfortunately, he couldn't go back to school. I appeal to schools, please. I mean, if it's possible, fine. If you can't provide the funds, well, try and get the funds, but let's not ask children to leave school. I know you're probably saying it's easier said for you. Easier said than done, Barry. But anyway, that's my message. And then his father passed away, and he started working in a shoe factory, then in an iron factory. The labor was tough. He got himself a class 10 pass certificate by the open, in open school. And then he decided to start teaching children, and he got a job in a library. So it was less taxing. He asked his mother if he could start, teaching children, and his mother gave him full permission, and half his salary that he would earn, he would give his mother, and the other half he would use for the children that he was teaching. And there was a spare room in the family house, and that's where it started, a non-formal school with 600 square feet in his house. And in 2001, we talk about Indo-US collaboration at high levels, but this is of an extremely high level, because a dear American friend, Lee Allison Sibley, who was here because her husband, George, was the US Consul General, she didn't stay in the comfort of her air-conditioned home all the time. She went out and she saw this and saw the incredible work that Mamoon was doing, and she decided to hug the movement, hope. She was understanding and she was generous. And then they went on to really, on the 26th of May on 2007, the non-formal evening school was christened as the Samaritan Mission School. And that's all within 6 years. And it's quite incredible. They have 1,300 students from pre-nursery to class 12 as class 10. That's quite incredible. The numbers are going up. In 2014, there was another derelict building of the IR Billiards Institution, which was just lying over there. They've taken that over, and over there they're starting another school. They've started it. And as soon as it was inaugurated, 300 children, this is in the Pikiapara area, 300 children have joined, and the school now has a strength of 2,500. Well, basically, they're proposing to enroll students up to the 8th standard and move on. Friends, if the children can't pay, they don't pay. Most of them don't pay, okay? And I suppose there are donors and people who come forward, but absolutely amazing work done by this man, Mamoon Akhtar. From today onwards, don't talk about the Midas touch. Talk about the Mamoon touch. The Bhawanipur Education Society College Honor for an Educationist is proudly presented to Mamoon Akhtar. We move on to the Dr. Mrs. N.B. O'Brien Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award for a Teacher. Thank you, Heritage Resources Private Limited. And thank you, Mrs. Denise O'Brien. Dr. Mrs. N.B. O'Brien is Denise's great-grandmother-in-law, or my great-grandmother. Well, we'll speak about her. She's quite an incredible lady, more than 100 years ago, really fought a struggle. And we honor teachers for their lifetime, whatever they have done through their lives. Oh, we're just coming on to 55 minutes. I think I'm going to come close to winning my lunches. Okay, let's move on. The teachers that we'll be honoring today, congratulations for all that they've done. And we thank them on behalf of their students and schools. Ashok Sinha, sir, he was from the BSS school. He's a cyclist. He was inspired by Bruce Lee. Look at that. Look how fit he looks. And he was into yoga and judo. And he went on to receive his black belt from Japan itself. He has won state championships in karate. He was a martial art instructor with the BSS school. And very unfortunately, well, he continued to practice yoga and cycle rallies, etc. Unfortunately, he lost the battle to COVID in June 2021. So we salute you. Sleep in peace. It's also presented to the Lifetime Achievement Award, the Dr. Mrs. N.B. O'Brien Lifetime Achievement Award, to Miss Marvel in Darjeeling. She's called Miss Marvel. Shoden Thinley of Camellia School, Darjeeling. She's the head of the primary and kindergarten department. She was working at a clothes store in 1979 when the founder of the school asked her to join. She retired in 2014, but she can't live without the school. She goes to school every day, or almost every day, or as often as possible. They call her the Rock of Gibraltar. Right through the global pandemic, she has been, in spite of her own health, she's been going and helping out, and it's quite incredible. She also still participates in the walk, 18-kilometer traditional school to Tiger Hill nature walk. So congratulations, ma'am. We salute you. Inam Hussain, sir, of Mitra Institution, an absolute legend. Inam Hussain, sir. Well, he's been standing by all the children who he's on the verge of retirement. He's been standing by all the children who are in need of support, especially those who are meritorious and underprivileged. And they say that Sir stands for love. Inam, sir, stands for love, and we all love and respect him. He's also produced a documentary film at his own cost on the life and works of eminent mathematician and former headmaster of Mitra Institution, Keshav Chandra Nag. So, sir, Inam Hussain, sir, we salute you. Sureka Tungar, ma'am, of St. Thomas's Day School. Before that, she was St. James School. Before that, she was with the Frank Anthony Public School. Before that, she was with Modern High School for Girls. And before that, she was in Kendriya Vidyalaya, Nagpur. A biology teacher. I know her personally, quite an incredible lady. And a person who really gets involved with her students. She brings in values, they say, to her biology class. And she teaches, you can learn out of the box things her students say. So, ma'am, we salute you. Veronica Bithi Ghosh. She started as a 21-year-old in Our Lady Queen of the Mission School. And then she moved on to Pratt Memorial School. And then she moved to she sacrificed for her family and went to the tea gardens with her husband in 1964. And there she started her home school and started teaching everybody, including the manager's son. And finally, she came back to Calcutta in 1970 and joined the Ling Liang School. And then she joined La Martiniere for Girls as a senior teacher, and then went on to become the lady principal in 1978 of Welland Goldsmith School, before finally moving on to Pratt Memorial School, where it all began. So, and there she became a legendary principal. Everybody knew her right across Calcutta and West Bengal and across the country. And well, Mrs. Veronica Bithi Ghosh, we salute you. We honor you for all that you have done. And you continue. She's still active, doing a lot of social work with the Little Sisters of the Poor. Please carry on, ma'am. Wish you good health and happiness. And thank you for all the lives, especially the girl children that you have touched. And finally, in this category, we honor a legendary cricket coach, Tulsidas Mukherjee, who's been coaching cricket for 30 years. He used to be a player. He played for Mohun Bagan and Kalighat. He's employed by Tisco. He's called TD, sir, or TD on the Maidan. And he's part of the Sunil Gavaskar Foundation. And he is really good, especially with newcomers and beginners. So we hope that you can produce, you have produced, and you'll keep producing many more cricketers who will be, people, boys and girls of who stand by their values and principles, as well as score runs and take wickets and take catches. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you very much for all that you've done. We now invite Dr. Subarna Bose, the Chief Mentor of IIHM, to say a few words. Thank you very, very much, Dr. Bose, and thank you, IIHM, the International Institute of Hotel Management, one of the world's best hotel schools. Dr. Bose.
A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, all the esteemed school principals, school teacher, and of course, the school students who are the most important guests this morning. Welcome to this 26th edition of the IIHM Presents the Telegraph School Award 2021. I'd like to first start by thanking the Telegraph Education Foundation for this incredible work they have been doing for last 26 years by providing the financial scholarships to the thousands of the needy meritorious students, and of course supporting them so that they can finish their education, they can do their education without any problem. The chairman of the Telegraph Education Foundation, Mr. Amitabh Datta, congratulations to you and your team. You have really done an absolutely fantastic job. So this year, the theme of this event is no roll call, but yet a huge role model. We have seen that the last 18 months have been extremely challenging and difficult. But in spite of the challenges, in spite of all the difficulties, we have seen how the teachers and the students have really coped up with the new normal, and education didn't stop even for a day. I think this is a huge thing that India have achieved, and may I take this opportunity to congratulate all the students and all the teachers and the principals also for doing this absolutely fantastic work. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but then the way they learned the art of online classes and the way they transformed the entire education from offline mode to online mode and made sure that no one lost out in spite of the greatest pandemic the world has ever seen. So let me once again congratulate all of you, and as they say, today we celebrate your success. We celebrate the success of all the students and all the teachers, all the principals who have actually showed that huge resilience, huge courage with a smile, and went on with their classes and education and made sure that no force in the world, not even the pandemic, can stop education for a day. So congratulations to all of you as we start our day and celebrate your success. So to everyone who have assembled here on this online version of the Telegraph School Award 2021, which is presented by International Institute of Hotel Management, or IIHM, let me congratulate and thank all of you for being here. We are extremely proud of each one of you. Stay tuned, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bose. As we move on to the academic categories, the IIHM Award for Excellence in Academics, CBSC, is jointly presented to Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. Congratulations, excellent results. Well done. Congratulations to Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. Outstanding results. Excellent. Jointly presented, winning the award is Delhi Public School DPS Ruby Park. Joint winners, congratulations to DPS Delhi Public School Ruby Park and Lakshmipat Singhania Academy. Deserving winners, CBSC IIHM Award for Excellence in Academics. As we move on to the IIHM Award for Excellence in Academics, ICSC and ISC schools, joint winners once again. The winners are the Heritage School, jointly winning it with the Sri Academy. Congratulations. Let's put our hands together wherever we are. The Heritage School really doing well. I think maybe about 25 or 30 years old. Congratulations. Keep it up. Heritage, all of you who are responsible for that. And Sri Sri Academy, congratulations. The IIHM Award for Excellence in Academics, jointly presented in this ICSE ISC category to the Heritage School and Sri Sri Academy. And then we move on to the Madhyamik or higher secondary. And over here we have a single winner. And the winning school is the Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Narendapur. Congratulations, always outstanding results for years and years. So heartiest congratulations to the Ramakrishna Mission Vidyalaya, Narendapur. Congratulations to all the students and the teachers and the Maharajas, everybody. And we now move on to, thank you very much, Dr. Bose, and thank you, IIHM. As we move on to the next category, and this is the Madan Lal Dhandhania Trust Charitable Trust Award for Academic Excellence by a Student. We're very grateful to the Madan Lal Dhandhania Charitable Trust, been with us for many, many years. I'm sure more than 20, about 20 of the 26 years, if not more. Now here we've got winners, academic excellence students in different science, humanities, commerce. So we'll start with science, the science stream. The winners are joint winners. Ayush Gupta of Delhi Public School, Mega City, outstanding results. Congratulations to you. You should be very proud of yourself as well as your parents and your teachers. And the other is Brotin Mondol of Shantipur Municipality High School. Congratulations to Brotin Mondol. Both Ayush and Brotin, outstanding results. I mean, I'm looking at the marks and wondering I wouldn't get a total of that in 2 exams that I sat for. Anyway, congratulations. We move on to, I beg your pardon, is the third winner, Minal Suri. Minal Suri is also, I beg your pardon, no, Minal Suri. Yes, Minal Suri is the third winner. I'm so sorry. Of Delhi Public School, Mega City. I'm so sorry. You are the winner in the humanities stream. So there you go. Fantastic. Imagine scoring 99.8% in the arts, humanities. Well, congratulations, Minal Suri of DPS Mega City. And finally, commerce. Commerce, the winner is Ratna Nandalia of the Agrasin Balika Shiksha Sadan, and doing some incredible work there in Howrah and Lilua, and with so many girl students. Fantastic. Ratna, obviously, you're a role model. Congratulations. You richly deserve the award. Thank you very much to the Madan Lal Dhandhania Charitable Trust. As we move on to some more scholarships. And this first scholarship has been initiated by Priscilla Dawn Kerr. Ma'am is a teacher for many, many years in Pratt Memorial School, an outstanding sports person, in case you didn't know. Thank you, ma'am, for starting this scholarship in memory of your stepfather, George Frederick Gomes. It's the George Frederick Gomes Memorial Scholarship. And Mr. Gomes was an outstanding sportsman himself. So we thank you for coming forward spontaneously this year. Teachers and principals who were present at our meeting that we had, they just sort of literally put their hands up and said, count me in. Thank you very much, ma'am. It is being presented to Chandana Mondol of the A.K. Mitra Institution. Now, Chandana's father went one day in the Sundarban area, went to collect honey and didn't come back. And when she was young, her elder sister brought her to Calcutta to work as a domestic help. And she got a job in the house of a lady doctor. And it's really important. If we have people like this, we, as the people who are employing such people, need to get them educated. The lady doctor put her into A.K. Mitra Institution Girls' School in Dhakuria. Everything was going well till the pandemic came. And unfortunately, a lady doctor who was a guardian passed away due to COVID. And now, one of her relatives are taking care of Chandana, and she's doing really well. And Chandana wants to become like her foster mother. She wants to become a doctor. So I'm sure she will fulfill her dreams. Thank you very much once again, Priscilla Dawn Kerr, ma'am. We move on to the Admission Tree Scholarship instituted by abpadmissiontree.com. This is a school admission portal run by the ABP, and each year it adopts a child from a lower class and sees the child through his or her education. Thank you very much. This year it's being presented to Pritam Padui. That's the right pronunciation, though the spelling is a little different. A student of class 11 of Karkai Vivekananda Vidyapith Pingla in Paschim Mednipur. Well, when he was 2 years old, he lost his father, a marginal farmer. He died in a lightning strike. And then his mother was struggling to raise, and she still is. And then, she's a domestic help, and she's really inspiring. He wants to be a teacher. He scored 92%. So congratulations, Pritam, chaliye jao, bondhu. He's just standing outside his home. We move on to the Lakshmipat Singhania Education Foundation Scholarship. Thank you very much to the management. Thank you, Meena Kak ma'am, and thank you the teachers and everybody there. 10 scholarships started by them. Thank you very much. It's this one of them is presented to Ananya Shamanto of Nandanpur Rupchand Academy, Konakud. She's in class 10 student, and her home has been submerged four times in the floods. Her father is in Lalgola Open Correction Home in Murshidabad, life imprisonment, unfortunately convicted for murder. She suffers from a very rare disease, which costs 3,000 rupees a month for the family. And she wants to, her mother works as a domestic help, and Ananya wants to study to become a doctor. What courage, what courage. And she receives the Lakshmipat Singhania Academy Education Foundation Scholarship. Thank you very much once again to all our families, partners, trusts, and corporates who are with us. We move on to the Obiru Bhadro Memorial Thank You Baba Ma Award. Just like it's difficult being a child, where parents we keep nagging you, it's also difficult being a parent. Children, I really ask you and request you, be patient with and understanding with parents, because it's not easy for them too. That's why we've instituted this award. All Babas and Ma's deserve awards, but we will be singling out a few. Obiru Bhadro was a past winner. He would have been 32 years old today. He was a past winner of the Courage Award, and his mother comes every year to present this award. Unfortunately, we have not met her physically for the last 2 years. It's being presented to Duran Jacobs, the father of Styrus Agnello Jacobs of Julian Day School, Kolani. We thank the school to send us this information. Quite an incredible man. He was teaching in Dubai, and he came back because his wife was expecting a baby. His wife delivered the baby, but she died of childbirth. And from that day, he decided not to get married again. And he started looking. He's the father and mother to his child. When he got a job, he literally, as a laborer, he tied the bed sheet. He tied his child. You see it in films, but it's reality. And went to where he had to work. And it was then that Mrs. Sheila Broughton and Mr. Chicky Broughton came to know about it. And then Julian Day School stepped in, and he works over there. And his son is growing up. Today, he's passed his ICSE examination. He's in class 11. Incredible. So we salute you, Duran Jacobs. And Cyrus Agnello Jacobs, his son, receives the Sharadindu Sen and Indira Sen Memorial Scholarship instituted by Urunima Dashgupta, our dear friend and former headmistress of Kiljala Girls High School, in memory of her parents. Urunima di Bodin Dakha Haini Kintu আমি জানি কি আপনি always আমাদের পাশে দাঁড়াবেন আর আমরা অন্যদের পাশে দাঁড়াতে পারবো. We move on to the next scholarship. Sandra Teresa Gomes, the mother of Josephina Sharma and Serafina Sharma of Loreto Day School, Shialda. Well, she's Sandra Teresa's a single mother with 2 daughters, and she admits that she made, many mistakes. Once again, her fault or her sin was that she didn't have sons. Her husband deserted her. It was she also had a traumatic childhood. Both her parents were alcoholic. And her husband, she was a victim of domestic violence. Her in-laws and her husband, they actually attempted to kill her and her unborn child. She's moved away, and she now lives with her father and brother. And she has started she works in a tailoring shop, and she tutors children, and it's quite incredible, this lady and her 2 daughters, the life that they're living. Extraordinary people, so-called ordinary people, but they're leading extraordinary lives. Well, the Dorothy May Baxter Memorial Scholarship. Thank you, Bobby Baxter, the son of Dorothy May Baxter. He's the principal of Julian Day School, Ganganagar. Thank you, Mr. Baxter, sir, for coming forward. And this scholarship, the Dorothy May Baxter Memorial Scholarship, will be presented to Josephina Sharma of Loreto Day School, Shialda. Whereas the Delhi Public School Memorial Delhi Public School Megacity Scholarship, just trying to speed things up. Thank you, the teachers of DPS Megacity. Thank you, Indrani ma'am, and thank you, the school. Serafina Sharma, Loreto Day School, Shialda, receives that scholarship. We've got one more scholarship, and it goes to, it will be presented to Onik Mitro, well, his mother, Sheila Mitro, received the Obirup Bhadro Memorial Thank You Baba Ma Award. Her husband, she lost due to a kidney ailment. Her child was very, very small. And friends, this is a story where they come from a middle-class family. And she said, please share my story, because we have a mental block about things. And society is so quick to judge and condemn and talk about people. But she put that all aside, and she worked as a domestic help. She worked cooking in somebody's home, even though she came from a very different background, because she knew she had to earn a living. Well, she's earning a living, and she and her incredible son, her son never finishes fourth. He's always first, second, or third in class. He's in St. Francis Xavier School. So we congratulate Onik Mitro, and of course his mother, Sheila Mitro, incredible, wonderful lady who is putting aside what society thinks of her and moving on in her life. The next scholarship is presented, I beg your pardon, the next Obirup Bhadra Memorial Thank You Baba Ma Award is presented to Shukmeet Kaur Vora. No, notice how they're all women, all mothers, except the first, who was a father and mother on his own. He was a father and mother, but these are all single women and doing something quite incredible. She's taught in Dehradun and in Manipur, etc. And then, unfortunately, due to the COVID, she lost first her father-in-law. In a couple of days, she lost her husband, Mr. Hardeep Singh. He was only 48. And 2 hours later, she lost her mother-in-law. So all three due to COVID. And she has she was herself infected by the virus. She has a 60% lung infection. And one of her daughters, the elder daughter, was also on a ventilator for 15 days. Just imagine. They've come through all that, and society is standing by her. Her friends, I beg your pardon, the friends of her late husband, business associates, are helping her to set up for herself and her daughters a small business. So they are giving her an action hug. So quite incredible. Shukmeet Kaur Vora and her 2 daughters, Agam and Tarleen. God bless you. God bless you. As we move on now to the MCKV Charity Trust Shining Star. Thank you very much, MCKV, for all those 25 scholarships. God bless each one of you. Keep up the good work that you're doing in your trust. And this is the non-teaching staff of schools, the people who work behind the scenes. Unfortunately, I can't share their incredible stories with you because we have no time, but I'm going to call their names out. Dhruvo Mukhia of Camellia School, Darjeeling. Everybody calls him Dhruvo Daju, and he is, he lost his beloved wife to COVID, and he was having he went into depression, but he is using his school and his students. He comes every day to school. He's a talented painter, and his handwriting is calligraphy, and he wants to do everything. He opens the school, he locks the school, he does everything. So we congratulate Dhruva Mukhia. Jivon Banerjee of Loreto Convent in Tally. He was just sort of watching his mother cook all along, and then suddenly sister said, after he was working as an attendant, and then they put him into the kitchen, and basically he's an all-rounder. He knows carpentry, he knows electrical work, and he is an ace chef, as well as he's a gardener. He can do it all. So quite incredible. Jivon Banerjee of Loreto Convent in Tally. Premlal Singh of Muraliganj High School, Fashidewa, Shiliguri. The Group D staff who in 17 years, not only is not absent, he never misses coming to school on holidays and public holidays and Sundays. Every single day for 17 years, he comes to school. Whether Saturday, Sunday, holiday, anything. So quite incredible, and he's willing to do, he's any and everywhere. Even summer vacation, he doesn't miss a single day. So quite incredible. We need to learn from Prem Lal Singh. And congratulations to Shivnath Dotto of Techno India Group Public School, Goria. He started his profession as a tailor. So during this pandemic, what he was doing, he stitched more than 500 pieces of masks on his own, at his own cost, with his own initiative. And he distributed them. And he himself has struggled a lot. He was affected by the coronavirus, and he's recovering gradually, and we wish him all the very best. Shantanu Mitro of Silver Point School. He studied zoology, and Mr. Mitro deservingly earned his master's degree from Presidency College. But the circumstances being as they were, he does the bank-related work, and he supervises all the administrative work in Silver Point School. So here's an incredible man. He's got an incredible voice. He sings Robindra Sangeet, and everybody wants to hear him singing. So we congratulate him for all that he has done. Unfortunately, he was diagnosed with laryngeal cancer, and he lost his original voice. And post-surgery, there is an artificial voice embedded in his glottis, and he is fighting it all the way. A champion of life, they call him. Friends, we've come to the last two categories. I may have missed it by just a minute, but I'm going to finish it quickly. The Kalyan Bharati Trust Award for All-Round Excellence. We thank the Kalyan Bharati Trust for being with us for many, many years. And the beauty of all these trusts, many of them run schools. They sometimes win awards, sometimes they don't win awards. It's wonderful for year after year after year. They just keep supporting us. Thank you very much, Kalyan Bharati Trust. The winner, the best all-round and all-round excellence, the individual winner, student, Srija Ghosh of Loreto House. Congratulations, the sole winner. She scored 97.75% in ISC, 93.40 in ICSE. She plays basketball, the West Bengal women's state team. She is into a lot of social work. She teaches, wherever, needy children need to be taught, she's always there. She is the founder of the podcast Online Educate. And she's the anchor also and the founder of translation blog Songs by Rabindranath. Incredible. Congratulations, Srija Ghosh, Loreto House, deserving winner of the Kalyan Bharati Trust for Award, All-Round Excellence. The TTEF Award for Outstanding Talent in Sports is presented to Kaustubh Chatterjee, an international master from South Point High School. Congratulations, Kaustubh Chatterjee. We want to see you as a world champion one day. He wins the TTEF Award for Outstanding Talent in Sport, jointly with Shonali Soren, who's going to be winning hearts and very, very famous football player. She receives also the Shagnik Ganguly Memorial Scholarship. But congratulations, she's trying for the under-17 team. She's already played for East Bengal as a 16-year-old. She's an incredible footballer who will definitely be playing for India and may even go international. We thank Mr. Shagnik. We thank the Ganguly family because we thank Chaya Ganguly ma'am, her son Shagnik Ganguly, who was heavily into adventure sports and rock climbing. In fact, he was such a generous and caring person. He once gave up his sleeping bag to one of his group members who didn't have one, and he spent the entire night in the freezing cold, 20,000 feet above. We remember Shagnik Ganguly and we salute his spirit. And we thank his mother for instituting this scholarship, which goes to this incredible footballer, Shonali Soren. The Balrampur Chini Mills Award for Outstanding Talent. We thank the Saraugi family, been with us for many, many years. Thank you, the Saraugi family and the Balrampur Chini Mills, for partnering us all these years. Joint winners in this, Ananya Saraf for Art, Design and Photography from Loreto House. Congratulations, Ananya. Keep up the good work. We're sure that you're going to become an international star pretty soon. Look at her work. Look at her work for art, design and photography. It's quite incredible. Ananya, keep it up. God bless you. And joint winners, and he's got a very unusual hobby and pastime, Arnav Daga for card stacking. He started when he was 7 years old, but he wasn't serious about it. When the lockdown, all his friends were wondering, what are we going to do? Bore ho ja rahe. He started taking it seriously. Just take a look at it. These are structures put together without any glue, without any sticking cards, without any tape, nothing. Absolutely nothing. And he's going on to this Qutub Minar is already sort of breaking records. Just take a look at him. Arnav Daga of Sri Sri Academy, absolutely brilliant. And thanks to his school for encouraging him. Wow, look at that. Congratulations to Ananya Saraf and Arnav Daga of Loreto House and Sri Sri Academy, respectively, for winning the Outstanding Talent Award, the Balram Chini Mills Award. The Anirban Sinha Award for Outstanding Talent. Anirban Sinha was 19 years old in 1994, an outstanding and a very talented Hindustani classical vocalist. Unfortunately, he passed away, and his parents have instituted, his family's instituted this very special award, as well as scholarships to encourage people to play an instrument or to sing in Indian classical music. So we remember Anirban very, very especially today. The joint winners are Shumolika Sharkar of South Point High School. She's been, well, a lot of gurus. She's a brilliant vocalist, but she also sings semi-classical and bhajans and tumri and etc. So she's won many awards already, but we recognize Shumolika Sharkar of South Point High School, and jointly with Bidushri Haldar of Assembly of Angels Secondary School. Well, you'll be blessed doubly by Zaki sir, who is looking on very proudly, and congratulations, Bidushri Haldar of Assembly of Angels Secondary School. The Amboja Neotia Award for Excellence in Maintenance and Eco-Friendly Initiatives. Thank you very much, Madhu and Harsh Neotia, and thank you, the Neotia family, and thank you, the Amboja Neotia group. The winners in this category, Murliganj High School, Fashdeva, Shiliguri. Wonderful work being done by the school up there in Shiliguri. Congratulations to the principal, to the teachers, the staff, the students, and they involve their students. Many of them, most of them first generation learners. Just take a look at that school. And this is, friends, a school which is a government school. And, they have many issues regarding of how they would raise funds, etc. Just look how well it is kept. Amazing. Joint winners right here in Kolkata, the Sri Shikshayatan School, established in 1954. They have events to create an awareness about environment right through the year and doing an excellent job right in the heart of the city, Lord Sinha Road. Sri Shikshayatan, keep up the good work. Absolutely stunning. Very good. The two categories to go, which would take us about 3 minutes. The Tutopia Award for Excellence in Co-Curricular or Extracurricular Activities. We welcome Tutopia, Bangla Shikkar Adunik app. A very warm welcome to them, joining us for the first time. Excellence in co-curricular, extracurricular activities. Congratulations, joint winners. Birla High School. Birla High School, congratulations to your mentor, Uktanayan ma'am, to Loveleen Sehgal ma'am, your principal and headmistress, and all the teachers and students. Very well done. The TTEF Award for Excellence in Extracurricular, the Tutopia Award goes to Birla High School. As we move on to the joint winners, the Mahadevi Birla Award, Mahadevi Birla World Academy receives the award jointly, the Tutopia Award for Excellence in Extracurricular Activities. This is another incredible school. They keep inventing and reinventing themselves. It's quite incredible how they've involved the students in actually getting to evolve as learners through this pandemic. Many, many initiatives taken in 2020 and 2021, like summer camp, Sparda, Masti Ki Pathshala, MBW Youth Radio, etc. MBW's very own business enterprise, BizTeens, incredible. Keep it up. Anjana ma'am and your team and everybody, well done. Mahadevi Birla World Academy. We come finally to the Telegraph School of the Year. Friends, all schools deserve this award. You may think we have to choose one or two. We've never chosen three. This year, we've had to choose 3 schools. So I'm going to congratulate them. Very different schools. The winner of the Telegraph Award for the School of the Year, 3 schools. The first school is dedicated to Mr. P.B. Dasani, Johnny Dasani sir, who passed away due to COVID. His school is small, with a huge heart. Whether it's going to the Sundarbans, even after your father and mentor dies of COVID, within months they went to the Sundarbans. Within 3 days, they collected 3 lakhs of rupees, small school. They packed thousands of packets, etc., just a few of them. And Mrs. Dasani and her 2 daughters and their team are not only keeping Mr. Dasani's memory and legacy alive, they're taking it forward. Incredible. Lots of all charitable events right through the year. Congratulations, the Telegraph School of the Year, to Chowringhee High School, richly, richly deserved. Joint winners with them is another incredible school, very shy school because they never sent us information, but this year they've sent us information. We've all heard of them, but Future Hope School, my goodness me. You look at that, that's their team, and they've used their boys and girls to pack bags, thousands and thousands of bags of relief material. They've been to Tiljala, Park Circus, Shonagachi, Topshia, Dhobighat. They've been to the Sundarbans. They've been to the Goria slums. They've been to Madhukali. They've been to Mirmari, Canning. They've, like in phases, they've been just distributing, and they've totally distributed a small amount of 90,600 bags during this COVID. And all the children are being involved with their teachers and mentors. It's something quite incredible. And it's amazing how they're also giving out different other supplies besides food to all these people across the state almost. So really future hope, for bringing hope to so many people. And these Future Hope boys and girls, they don't pay any funds, or they pay very little for those who can afford. But there are a lot of them are from a background where they can't afford, and they come over there. Not only do they find and are gifted hope, they're gifted dignity and education. We salute all of you, Shujata Sen and her team, and the many teachers and mentors, and all the donors, and of course the students. Congratulations, Future Hope School. And there's lots of hope for the future if we have more schools like yours. Finally, the joint winners of the Telegraph School of the Year, Lakshmipat Singhania Academy, a brilliant all-round school. They have less space, yes, but over the years, that has not deterred them. Meenakat ma'am, the management, the teachers, the students, you won this many years ago. You deserve to win it again. The Telegraph School of the Year, Lakshmipat Singhania Academy, its heart in the right place. It's always innovative, trying to innovate. And the teachers, they've got teachers who are, no offense to older teachers, they've got a lot of teachers who are in their late 20s, 30s, 40s. They add a new dimension. And of course, the parents are cooperating. And right on the top is Meena Kakpam and the management. Congratulations, Lakshmipat Singhania Academy, Future Hope School, and Chorangi High School. I've gone a little over. It's 1 hour, 31 minutes. Those who promised me lunch for 1 hour, 20 minutes, let's see if you'll give me a snack at least. Friends, we've got to live with this pandemic and COVID, by the way. And I can tell you that we have to find the goodness in us. I can tell you, my hand on my heart, in a humble way, I think I'm a better person than I was in March 2020. Yes, I am more unfit. The number of medicines and blood pressure medicines and other medicines have gone up. But it's made me think about life, that life is really short, that life is really uncertain. So let's live for ourselves, our families, but let's live for others too. Hope, understanding, and generosity. Let's share hugs with everyone around us. Not physical hugs, not virtual hugs, but hugs in action. We'll see you next year at the Telegraph School Awards for Excellence. From all of us at the Telegraph Education Foundation, take very good care. Thank you for being a part of it. Let the movement go on. Start reaching out from tomorrow if you haven't already. God bless you. Take care. And let's all stand for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उत्कल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे